How's it, everybody? I'm Fazil Jacobs.
And I'm Irfan Abrams.
And we're just two oaks that got given a small budget, a green screen, free Wi-Fi, a laptop, and we're going to give our views on the 2019 Cricket World Cup. We're just two couch coaches.
Yeah, let me just say, when it gets to cricket, there's no better coaches than couch coaches, okay? Let me just say that. So what they're going to hear is straight from the heart, and we've got no influences, we've got no alliances, although my cap says that I could be leaning towards being an Englishman, Faisal. So let's just leave it at that for now.
Englishman are hitting a bald spot.
Yeah, but cricket is what we're going to be talking about, and the World Cup, everybody is excited, and just get that choking bit out of your throat now. Cough, cough.
I was gonna bring that up. I mean, before we go anywhere, before we talk about freaking number one teams in the world, who's the favorites, who's second, let's get this choker thing over.
Yeah, well, we're not going to talk about it. I did my coughing bit, and we're going to speak about him as a brand new squad that's come together. And I think with the diversity of the team, I think that's important because they come with absolutely no baggage. There's some fantastic young talent, raw talent that's come in as well. They've proven themselves over the last season or two, and I'm really looking forward to the South African team doing well at the World Cup.
Yeah, it's exciting, and I mean, trying to think of Lindy choosing this team.
Yeah.
This 15-man that went over that we have up here.
Yeah.
That's green screen quiet. And choosing this team, there was such a lot on offer. There was also so many headaches that he had to deal with. I mean, Amla's form. You have Dale Stein's injury or potential injuries. As it turned out, he came home early.
But if you go through the squad, let's take it from the top. And you look at Faf du Plessis, he selects himself. He's
I mean, he comes with a phenomenal IPL at the moment.
Yeah, I think everybody that was the team that was finalized, the IPL was, if you had an opportunity to play in the IPL, you were going to be judged on that. Faf has had an amazing series there. JP Duminy, many people think...
Sorry, before JP, just back to Faf here.
Yeah.
I think he poses a conundrum here as well to the coaching staff when it comes to the World Cup, especially considering Amla's form lately, which hasn't been the greatest. Granted, his warm-ups, he's got his 250s. But he opened up in that IPL in a couple of instances, and he did well.
Faf is the type of player you can basically throw him in anywhere in the pot, and he's going to be able to swim. You know what? You're going to need somebody who's going to up the tempo. Faf is the guy to do that. You need somebody to stabilize the innings. If you lost a couple of quick wickets, he can do that. I think he's a fantastic captain and leader as well, and that lends himself to the way he plays the game. He can play the game on many levels.
He's got a level head, and he stays calm. He stays calm. That's been awesome. In the pinches, he's been calm.
You need that. You need that in the team. And I mean, if we just quickly score through the rest of the team, people would say JP shouldn't have gone. Is this the golden handshake? I think the guy's got amazing experience. He's shown that he's a guy for the 50-over game, T20 he plays well. But I think JP's calmness, he can also read the situation very well. And you got extra bit with JP where he can come in and he can he's been the magic hand. Every time South Africa struggles to get a wicket, JP comes on, he gets a wicket. And underrated spin bowler. I think he could have done so much more in his playing career, but I think he concentrated on his batting. And I think he's an amazing person to have in a team. And remember, we talk about the squad. And the squad is going to be together for a long time. You need to have guys with different characters. I think he's just the guy for all occasions, and
I agree with you. I think
he's going to be amazing.
Hands down, he should have been there.
Yeah, I think if we just go through those who picked himself, Hashim Amla, again, shouldn't have gone. I mean, the guy just showed in the 2 warm-up games why he should really have been there, and should have been there right from the beginning. And I think everybody, Ngidi, Rabada.
But don't forget, sorry, Hashim Amla, don't forget, England is his freaking hunting ground.
Yeah.
He's got an excellent track record over there, and he showed it coming off pretty much a cold season.
Yeah.
Min runs under the belt. He hits England in the warm-ups where he struggled against Sri Lanka, and over there, what happens? He gets a 61 and then a 50 against the West Indies, not out.
But Faisal, we're not going to get into the semantics of his mindset, but his dad has not been well, and any sportsman, if you have a close family link, that's going to play on your mind.
We're not Respect to him for taking the time out to spend time
we're not
with
talking,
the fam.
but it's different when it comes to wives and ex-wives. No, we're not going to go there. So fathers are different over there. So Amla, he's going to be the mainstay. The cock actually feeds off Amla. Yeah. If the cock plays well, Amla's the stabilizer in that opening pair. Then we have Makram. Makram has been phenomenal. I think he's forced himself into the one-day team. He's been a mainstay in the test setup, but I think one day he's just showed that he can play the game. All of a sudden, I don't know if he's playing with different make of bat, but he had everybody aghast, scoring quick hundreds and in the warm-up to the World Cup. It's been amazing in that sense.
Yeah, the phenomenal county circuit.
Yeah,
he comes off now as well.
Look, if you look at it, a number of these of the players, of the 15 players, they've got county cricket experience, so they know the conditions. They'll be familiar with it. Somebody who's maybe not had that is Ngidi. Ngidi comes in raw pace, just enjoying playing cricket. Rabada, even though he's as young as he is, he's now become a mainstay in the side.
Well, he's the spear of our attack.
Yeah, he comes in there, and then you get Mr. Magic Box Petlakwayo, who comes in and he's got all these variations. If it comes off, it comes off. And I think he's going to be wanting to do something with the bat as well. You know, that left hand can come in cow corner, must be watching out for that. And
cow corner.
And then we got Dwayne Pretorius. Don't forget, another speedster.
Deck hard.
Yeah, he hits the deck hard, can bat a bit as well. So we are really blessed with a number of all-rounders in our side. And don't forget, rounding it off, Imran Tahir. I think the Clive Barker of cricket. I think he does more kilometers celebrating a wicket
than he does running in.
So you got Imran Tahir. Shamsi, I think, from my side, Shamsi is going to play a supporting role to Imran Tahir. He's not necessarily going to be. South Africa won't be playing two spin bowlers at one time.
England,
although in Cardiff, it's a smaller side of the one ground. You're not going to play two spin bowlers there. The Oval, very different setup. But I think Shamsi is going to be, like I said, a supporting role for Tahir.
No disrespect, Shamsi, but I think he's going to get used to carrying the water for sure. For Tahir.
But the left hand Chinaman bowler, if you can put it, he's got some variations as well. They might spring a surprise on some of the teams that might think that Imran Tahir will just be spearheading the spin bowling department. Shamsi can come in there and he can twerk the ball. I mean, make no doubt that he can turn the ball. And the England pitches at the moment, remember, we're only going into the English cricket season now. Pitches are still a bit soft. The latter part of the World Cup, the pitches would be harder. The balls would be skidding through a bit quicker.
But that being said, Fani, if you take the last couple of games played in England, 350 was reached consistently. But the length of this, it's one of the bigger World Cups. I think it's the 12th World Cup now.
Correct.
It's one of the, I think it is the biggest one that there's been, so it's going to be a long tournament.
But I think we mustn't forget, we've named basically the whole squad, but there's somebody that we're leaving out that's really made a moan for himself. Miller's come back to form again, but Rassie van der Dussen. And Rassie has come out, been given an opportunity to play, and he showed that he can play. I mean, he was in the under-19 World Cup team that did so very, very well. But Rassie's come in and he has really just taken cricket to another level where the South African team is concerned. Your constant 40, 50s, he comes in steadily. He's got an amazing brain on him. He thinks cricket all the time, and it's amazing to have a cricketer like that. Who do you leave out in your starting 11 against England? Because it's the opening game. England is the host country.
But I think before we get to that game, there's one person we didn't mention over here that is there, that's not playing in the opening game, and that's Dale.
I purposely didn't want to mention him because I knew he wasn't going to be involved in the first couple of games. He's there as he was selected for his experience. I think in hindsight, should he have gone as a replacement in the IPL for that short period of time? He went, played one game, injured himself. You know what?
That happens.
It happens. You're a cricketer, you play your heart out. And he's a guy that's going to give you 200%. He's never going to go into a game under par. He's going to want to give it his all. And you commend him for that. Should he have gone with knowing that he's got that niggling injury? Personally, I love the guy to bits. He's really shown he's a South African warrior, and he's given his all. I think at this point in time, sometimes you must make those difficult decisions. And we on the couch, we can make any decision we want to. Nobody is going to shoot us down. I really don't think he should have gone.
I'm going to disagree with you there. I don't think Cricket South Africa would have allowed him to go if that injury was still niggling. I think he was cleared. I think the problem with Dale is not just does he give it his all, that 200% running in there, bowling at
But you do know why we could shoot ourselves in the foot with one player is that you can only ask for a replacement if the player gets injured within the World Cup.
Yeah.
Now remember, his injury is prior to the World Cup. So the squad was announced, there's a risk that was taken.
Granted.
So if you think about it, South Africa could go into the World Cup with a 14-man squad instead of a 15-man squad, and that's something that we've got to think about.
I think it's from Gibson's point of view, he has the luxury of what looks to be, I think the biggest question mark around the bowling attack, specifically the fast bowlers, would be Chris Morris. He's been a bit inconsistent. So I think he has his bases covered. If Steyn turns out, he makes a comeback, he plays 2-3 games, and then he's out for the rest of the tournament.
I don't care whoever says what. Chris Morris is my Mr. Jack in the Box.
No, I love him.
He's going to come out there, he's going to take 5 wickets, or he's going to come out there and they're going to hit him for 100, you know. And that's just the character of the man.
I think he needs to be in the team, irrespective. I think he is our biggest question mark in the bowling.
So while we're talking on that, let's just fast forward. I mean, it's the opening game come Thursday. What's your squad? If you were the selector, what's your squad?
We can argue about this.
Yeah, we can argue.
We can argue about this. So
I've got mine.
Yeah, I'll give you mine.
Yeah.
You give me yours, and then we take a short break, because although we're free,
I
think we're going to have some ads to play.
Yeah, well, I'm going to give you mine, and
okay.
I don't know. I'm not a betting man, but I think this is about the closest that we could get to a balanced team that's going to be set out. And I thought long and hard. And this is going to be my team. I'm going to share it with you. If I was the selector, they pay me a lot of money, by the way, for selecting this team, right? I've got De Kock and Amla opening the batting.
I'm with you.
Okay. Faf. Then we got Markram at 4. Rassie van der Dussen at 5. Miller, the man for all occasions, at 6. Andile Petlekwayo at 7. And then I've got Chris Morris, because for me that will be the natural replacement for Steyn. Plus it gives you something with a bat. And in limited overs cricket, you want somebody that can still hold the bat. And then I got the quicks, the 2 quicks, Rabada and Ngidi. I've selected the 2 of them. They add the flavor to the side as well. And I mean, come on, we need a bit of spice in the team as well. And even though we're in England, they make a mean naan and a Rogan Josh over there, so curry. So Tahir will be in my team, so definitely. And I mean, he's shown the form. He's the one spin bowler that many players in the world are fearing now. He's got this crazy, he's a leg break shaped bowler, but you can count on your one hand how many leg breaks he actually bowls. You know, and that's the part of the game, and I want to focus on that later on, especially in England, with what bowlers need to do extra, other than when you are on the quick South African wickets. West Indian wickets are not as quick as what they used to be, but we can touch on the England conditions. But what's your team?
Okay, I think before we get to my team, we're going to take a short break, because we do have balls to play.
Okay.
And then I'll give you my team. And think about this, because what I am going to challenge you on is, why are you dropping JP?
Okay, we can do that.
We'll be back with you shortly.
Men, what does playing in this shirt mean? Each and every one of us are where a million kids dream to be. We get to pull on this shirt and wear the badge on our hearts. We get to sing our anthem and play for 60 million fans, like the heroes who came before us. But what does a Protea have to do with all of that? It has everything to do with it. No matter how hot the fire burns, the Protea will always survive. It's got the will to grow back stronger, to do what needs to be done. We are Proteas. We are South Africa.
We find a way, boys. We do what it takes.
This team never ever gives up.
We're the guys that bat with a broken hand. To take 5 wickets on the flattest deck in the world. Who does that? Proteas do that, boys. We're the guys that bat for 8 hours in the hottest weather to save a test match. For me, boys, that's the Proteas. We bleed, we hurt, and we fight together right to the end. That's what makes us what we are, boys.
We know who we are, and we know who we play for. We are South Africa.
To the team! Proteas! To the team! Proteas! To the team!
Welcome back to the Couch Coach. Here's Fani and Faisal. So, before the break, you gave us your team. I think we're fairly similar on many aspects, and I am still sitting on the fence with some players. So I've got Amla de Kock opening. Got Fafin at 3, Markram at 4. I think that's where we pretty much.
I think you just waited for me to name my team so you could put those 4 in over there.
Then I've got Rassie or Miller.
Miller.
Well, I'll get to that now.
Faisal, you're a selector. You must select your 11. You can't have a or, either or. No.
Listen.
Okay.
JP, Andile, Lungi, Morris, Rabada, Tahir.
So you left out Miller.
I left out Miller. Biggest reason why he has been on a lean patch, and I'd be inclined to give him another run against Bangladesh on Sunday.
Well,
just to get some time in the middle.
I just feel that with JP he's there for your experienced guy. But if you take on form, there's no way you can drop Van der Dussen, even Miller, in the way that Miller can close out a game. JP hasn't been too confident in closing out a game at this point in time, but he's always going to give you something special. So I feel that there are players that are selected for the form that they're currently in. JP is going to give you something, but I think no way you can leave a young. He's raring to go. Rassie van der Dussen wants to make a mark in the world where his talent is concerned, so you give him that opportunity. JP is, like you said, he's retiring after the World Cup. JP and Shamsi, I think, is in the same boat. They are covering players for your middle order. That's how I see it, and then why they were selected. And you're going to pick your form players first. Remember, we're playing England, the hosts of the World Cup. You want to start with a bang. You want to set a platform for the rest of the competition.
That is exactly the reason why I'm not including Malay in the squad. And England, being the #1 ranked team, they've been the most consistent ODI team over the last 2 years now. Constantly chasing down figures of totals of 300. Their batting seems solid. They got 7 batsmen that any one of them can take a game on, turn that game on its head. I want.
But something that you don't know, it's just like any president, he's got advisors. Otis, I've got him on speed dial over here, so he asks some advice because you must get something from the couch. I mean, and if you look at it, and with Antong being the fielding coach, I mean, that's something we also got to speak about because the fielding at this World Cup
is going to be important.
It has to be on a different level. The English grounds are extremely quick. You're going to have to cover quite a bit of ground. There are certain pitches that's just, makes itself available in England.
Sorry to cut you. Just for those who don't know, this oak is coming in a roundabout way saying, I played semi-pro in England. He did. He didn't play on the oval, but he trained on the oval.
No, the conditions are very, it's different. The ball that you're going to be playing with is different. You're playing with the Duke, which is a far higher seam than what you used to with the kookaburra balls. So your seam movement is going to be important. You're not going to get maybe a lot of swing through the air, but you're going to get that seam movement off the pitch. And so that's going to be important, how you're going to use. But the boys are seasoned professionals. They're going to be used to it.
It's interesting you say you may not get a lot of seam movement, but England is sort of renowned for the swing bowling conditions.
Yeah, look,
overcast
conditions, you're going to get that. And how they work the ball. The Australians are there. We're just going to see what type of sandpaper they're going to be. Oops, did I say sandpaper? I should have said sandpaper. They might have come up with a different type of cloth for the
abrasive surface.
So they're going to say, no, but I'm shining the ball, umpire. But be that as it may, you're going to get some characters in there. But conditions, very, very important. You're not going to get those balmy sunny days, although, you're going to... England has shown that the temperatures are much higher, climate change, all that is coming in. But generally speaking, if it's an early game, you're going to get those overcast conditions. Those who can swing the ball through the air, they're going to be favoured in that.
But that being said, England's weather conditions what it is, and learning from previous mistakes. Just how important is that Duckworth Lewis calculations going to be for the
You can't go
batsman?
back to 22 runs for one ball. That's long gone. That's the past.
That's the first World Cup, and then we had it again.
Ryan McMillan is still suffering from that thought. Or we thought we were going to make it easier on him.
No, but I think, I hope you say you got him on speed dial. Those outers know that each batsman going out there in these English conditions where it's going to rain at any moment, they need to have that.
But like I said, the weather patterns have shown that there are warmer days now than what they used to be. So I think we'll get through quite a number of games. Rain will always come into play, and we just have to take it from there. But focusing on the England game itself and the conditions and the fielding we're talking about, I feel this World Cup is going to be won or lost by how the players characterize themselves within the field. Catches is going to go down like in any game, but if you look at it, the fittest teams, well, everybody's fitness is on a different level now where cricket is concerned, but Justin Ontong has really he's just taken this team and their fielding level
up a notch.
I think he's shown when he was playing the game that he was, could you call him the second Jonty Rhodes? I don't think everybody's going to forget Jonty.
He wasn't heir to the throne.
But in general, every single player in the South African team have to up their game where their fielding was concerned.
I
and that's going to be
correction and no disrespect, I love the oak to bits. I think the most unathletic person in the team was probably Imran Tahir. Apart from his running skills.
He's going to be listening to you now. He's going to prove you wrong.
His game. Hopefully he'll up his game.
He's got a mean arm.
He does. But I'm referring to the throwing yourself around, covering a wider area. In terms of that throwing around, you're going to get that from your Fafs, JP, your Millers, your Rassis, all of them. Markram, they've all proven themselves over and over again. And I think he's probably the only one that's not as athletic. Him and Amla, being the oldest.
Amla is going to be your designated slip fielder. He's going to be coming in and around because he doesn't have a throwing arm. But I'd rather be sitting where I'm sitting now than going to be on that field come the first game of the World Cup, because I'm going to tell you now, it's sold out. The tickets are going to be sold. Sorry, everybody's going to want to be there. You're going to come out there, the crowd, the nostalgia of being there at the World Cup, and it's an opening game, and it's a rival game. It's England versus South Africa. the informed team against a team that's going to have to prove themselves.
Yeah, I think
so
this
you're
is
going
the
to be
first time
mentally
in a
strong.
while. It's the first time in a while South Africa goes into a World Cup as the underdogs, which. Is
But
a
I
huge
think that
help.
favours them.
Yeah, no, I
That
agree.
favours
I agree.
them.
And I also think
Previous World Cups, Faisal, if you remember, we had form players as well. If you look at the different form players that we had, so we went in there, they were doing well, automatically South Africa this year is going to be the World Cup.
We've got the team.
I'm happy that they're going in under the radar. Everybody, what are we going to expect from South Africa? I think that's going to set us apart this year.
I like the fact that the two series we had at home, in Pakistan and Sri Lanka, it kind of tested our batsmen more than it did our bowlers. I think our bowlers have proven themselves.
Yeah.
Quick.
I just quickly want to touch on some of the players that I feel in the England team that's going to be key to their success. If you look at Joe Root, the captain, man, that guy can play, and they found a captain that can basically, master his troops.
Now Morgan has taken Morgan has taken that England game.
Morgan,
the team, he's taken them up a couple of levels.
If you compare them, Ian Morgan, Miller, similar in the middle order, wherever the team needs him, that's where he's going to play. For me, Moeen Ali will always be key. He's going to come in and he's going to twerk the ball to a way that not many batsmen are going to be familiar to. We got Adil Rashid also there, so they got variation in the spinning department. They got fantastic seam bowlers, swing bowlers as well, and they're going to be a difficult team to combat. I think the first blows that are gonna be, or first of the salvos that's going to be launched is who's going to be batting first, and I think that's going to be important, because remember, if you're going to go one up on the mental side, and many people don't realize how mentally draining a game of cricket is. You might be fielding, but you are focused all the time. If it's cold, I don't know if you got to see, but any player who hasn't played in England, the conditions in the morning are always cold. So you got those hand warmers. So they're not keeping their hands in their pockets like they would say, our forefathers say, hey, baie gel in your sak. No, they have to keep their hands warm. And those hand warmers are going to be very, very important.
Yeah, those hands are warm. It's not going to cup it. Okay, we got to wrap up. We're running out of time.
Yeah.
Right? So, two things. You win the toss, what are you going to do? You in 5 shoes, you're winning the toss, what you doing?
My team would have had a team talk. We would have been sitting the night before. If we win the toss, this is what we're going to do. If we don't win the toss, they're going to look at the conditions. But with technology, we know basically what the weather condition is going to be, more or less, for the next day. I think with the pace attack that we have, we're going to have and we're going to look at what the final top is. If it's going to be a bit greener, I'd go, let's bowl first, because the younger players that we're bringing into the side, it will give them a chance to settle in.
Down.
And I'd go, we'll bowl first. That's what I'd say.
I'm with you on that one. Prediction?
Prediction. I am wearing my English cap, but I'm South African through it at heart. So I do feel that we're going to have a fantastic chance to win this game. Something that we must mention, that you're not scoring above 290 and more. You are going to be at the mercy of the opposing team batsman, because now a par score is anything 290 and up is a par score in today's 50 over game. If you're scoring anything under that, you must have a phenomenal bowling attack that can get you out of that mess. But so if South Africa is batting first and they can set the target of 300 plus, they will be in with a chance. But then the bowlers need to do a bit of magic with the ball, because you cannot do the normal seam up bowling. The game has changed. It's revolutionized. Slow bowling, different variations. That's the order of the day. So I'm going to go out on a limb and going to say South Africa's going to win the first game.
I'm in 2 minds. Part of me wants them to have a good game. and come close. I think that'll take a lot of pressure off them going forward for the rest of the game.
But I don't think
either way, we're going to have a cracker.
I think important players for me in the South African team, Imran Tahir going to play an important role. The Cock and Amla up front, and then you're going to have for me the all-rounders, Morris and Petlakwayo. If they get the A game, they're going to do it for us.
Well, man, I'll see you the day after the game.
Or I'm going to go. How's it?
We'll see you the day after the game. We're going to wrap it up. And then, I think we're going to get into the nitty-gritties of the England-India game next week.
Yeah.
Bangladesh, I think it's a given.
Don't underestimate them.
Don't underestimate them. But by all manner of means, we should take that one.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to the game. Good luck. All the best. I won the toss. I'll be bowling first.
Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you after the game.